Hey guys, welcome to another video. This time I got something a little bit different. Most of my previous breaks for vintage packs have been a lot of tops. This one I've got the history of Donruss starting from 1981 and going all the way to 1990. So I'm going to make this a three-part and take my time and really break down all the years, obviously starting with the earliest and then to the very mass-produced here at the end. So this part of the series, I'm going to start with the last 3 years, 1990, 89, and 88. These are generally considered junk pack or junk wax years, very mass-produced. You can find these pretty much everywhere: 7-Elevens, gas stations, drugstores, grocery stores, in all kinds of pack forms: wax, cello, jumbo. There was even blister packs. They just don't have a lot of value. 89 still has the Griffey rookie. 90 had a lot of error cards, I believe, in the printing. You'll see when I open this one up. Actually, we'll start with that one. It came from a reputable seller. So I'll get right into this with the 1990, and we'll see puzzle pieces with every pack here. There goes my 81 pack. There's Tony Gwynn All-Star. Now there was a lot of errors with these. They had on the back recent Major League performance. That's actually one of the errors, because it should say recent All-Star game performance. So, but there's a Tony Gwynn. Start off the pack with the Hall of Famer. Rest in peace. One of the greatest hitters of the 80s. Rex Hudler. The Expos. There's a Sammy Sosa. Obviously before steroids. Very skinny, with the old White Sox unis, and 6 foot, 165 pounds. That's almost about how big I am. I'm a little bit heavier than 165, but he obviously got up to a hulking, about 240, I think, when he hit his 65 homers in 98. Candy Maldonado, one of my favorite Giants as a kid. I remember the Cardinals and the Giants got into a brawl. I think it was in '88. Will Clark slid into second base and hit Jose Oquendo, and Ozzie Smith came in, and Clark and Oquendo got into it, and Ozzie Smith was sucker punching Will Clark in the back of the head. Candy Maldonado came running in and landed a nice solid right on Ozzie Smith's chin and busted up his lip. And ever since then, Candy Maldonado was one of my favorite guys. Alan Trammell, there's another Hall of Famer. Mike Moore, the unsung third pitcher in the dominant A's rotation, behind Bob Welch and Dave Stewart. Chip Hale, I think he's a coach somewhere now. Lloyd McClendon, looks like he's squeezing something out, if you know what I mean. Mike Jeffcoat. Jeff Ballard. There was also a lot of variations and errors, I think, with the black stripe running through the names and the cursive there. Eric Yelding. Alvaro Espinoza. Terry No Batting Gloves Kennedy. Brian Harvey. Larry Sheets says eat your beats, and hit 31 big flies in '87 and a .316 average. That 1987 year was a big home run boon for pretty much every hitter in the league. Ball was juice that year, they say. Don August ends that pack of 1990, one of the more ugly years design-wise. So let's go on to the 89. Looking for the bonus MVP cards and the Griffey rookie here. Very similar, backs on every one of these Donruss cards in the late 80s. You can see the backs almost look exactly the same, just a different font of orange. Excuse me. Another puzzle piece there. Hank Aaron with the Screaming Savage. Start off the pack with Mike Gallego, Mike McFarlane, Bob Brower. These cards, depending on I think the numbering had different colors. Like go yellow to red here, and then kind of a reddish burgundy to a purple. Ron Jones, rated rookie, from purple to blue. So each one's got a color coordinating depending on where they were numerically. Bobby Witt, king of the walks. This guy walked like 100 batters like every year. 143, 140, 101. He wouldn't even be in the big leagues walking that many guys nowadays. He'd be working out the kinks in triple or double A for sure. Mike Fitzgerald. Dave Henderson, getting lots of A's and Giants here. Jerry Don Gleaton. Doug Jones. Looks like Oakland Coliseum there, but he's wearing his home uni. Rick Dempsey. And I think he was with the Brewers back in the early 80s. He used to dress up like certain players and go out and imitate them and then run the bases and dive in the water on the tarp. Some videos of him on YouTube doing that if you want to check those out. Joel Skinner, back when the Yankees were really bad in the late 80s. Bob Stanley. Oh, look at that face. That's gold. Don August and Jim Wallwander. Man, that was a pack full of scrubs. I don't think I even had a decent player at all. Nope. Alright. That's the 88 and 89, or excuse me, 90 and 89 designs there. Not really a fan of either one of those. Now we're going to go into the 88. Again, very similar, actually exact backs. Just they go with the baby blue. We got my Warren Spahn puzzle piece. This, I would have to say, is the most overproduced year. I mean, I could still find these in some stores in like 1989 and even into 90. They're just everywhere. Randy St. Clair. No pack is complete without a checklist, or no break is complete without at least getting one or two of those. Dave Stapleton. Pat Perry. Danny Jackson. Ron Oyster. I'm on a run of scrubs here. James Stells or Steels. Another Joel Skinner. The crap Yankees. Another Doug Jones. Interesting. Jim DeShays. In 1987, I think, with the Astros, he set a record for striking out guys to start a game. And apparently there was one game where he wanted to do some kind of like voodoo thing. And he asked if everybody on the team was in for doing the seance voodoo thing. And Glenn Davis, the first baseman, who was a devout Christian, was the only guy that spoke up and said, "I'm not having any part of this." And in that very game, I think he broke his hand. So just an interesting side story there about Jim DeShays being into the voodoo. Kind of like Serrano in Major League. He's down for Joe Boo action. Ray Quinones. Chili Davis. Mark Grace. Another interesting side story on Mark Grace in Jose Canseco's book. As all my packs dive in the back. In Jose Canseco's book, Juiced, he talked about Mark Grace having a way of getting out of slumps on the road. Getting road beef is what he called it, which was finding the ugliest skank that, you know, waits for the players, and you bang him on the road to get out of your slump. So Mark Grace, heck of a guy. Also a raging alcoholic. So and Kurt Manwaring, rated rookie, and a Pat Sheridan. So that's going to conclude this break with my 88, 89, and 90 Donruss packs. Let me know in the comments section which year you like the best out of those, and let me know what you think of the video, and make sure to check out parts 2 2 and 3 when I'll open up the better years. So, but that's those right there. All right, thanks for watching.